Most of us try to force our way into good habits. We rely on a sudden burst of motivation or a deep reserve of willpower to get things done. But motivation is fleeting. The moment we face real friction or the slightest temptation, willpower rarely holds up. In the summer of 1830, the French author Victor Hugo was facing a deadline he had no chance of meeting. 12 months earlier, he had promised his publisher a new book. Instead of writing, he spent the entire year putting off the work. He pursued other projects, entertained guests, and delayed his manuscript. His publisher eventually set a final deadline less than 6 months away. The book had to be finished by February 1831, or the contract would be void. Hugo didn't try to summon more motivation. He created a physical constraint. He gathered up all his clothes and had an assistant lock them away in a large chest. He was left with nothing to wear except a large shawl. Lacking any suitable clothing to go outdoors, he was physically unable to leave his home. He remained in his study and wrote through the fall and winter of 1830. The Hunchback of Notre Dame was published on January 14, 1831, 2 weeks ahead of schedule. Hugo completed his masterpiece because he engineered his environment. He stripped away the choice to leave his house, making failure practically impossible. Psychologists call this a commitment device, a choice you make in the present that actively restricts your options in the future. Instead of making good habits easier, it inverts the advice. You increase friction on bad habits, making them difficult to execute. If you are trying to cut calories, you can ask a waiter to box up half your meal before it is even served. Waiting until the plate is in front of you relies on the willpower to stop halfway, which rarely works. To enforce a bedtime, you can plug your internet router into a standard outlet timer. When the timer cuts the power at 10 p.m., the lack of a connection serves as a physical signal that it is time for bed. These devices act as manual overrides for human weakness. They allow you to leverage your good intentions early before you can fall victim to temptation later. While commitment devices add friction, we can take the strategy a step further. We can move from making bad habits impossible to making them impossible. In the mid-1800s, an entrepreneur named John Henry Patterson opened a small supply store for coal miners in Dayton, Ohio. He had a steady stream of customers, but the store struggled to make money. Patterson discovered his employees were stealing from the open cash drawers. In this era, receipts were easily discarded or altered. Without modern tracking software, the only way to prevent theft was the exhausting task of hovering over employees every minute of the day. Patterson found a solution in a new invention called Ritty's Incorrigible Cashier. It was the first mechanical cash register. The machine automatically locked the cash and receipts inside after every transaction. It physically removed the option for human error or theft. Employee theft vanished overnight. In 6 months, Patterson's business went from losing money to making a profit of $5,000, the equivalent of over $100,000 today. Patterson bought the rights, opening the National Cash Register Company. Within 10 years, it full business. Patterson didn't try to change the nature of his employees. He simply automated ethical behavior by making the alternative practically impossible. Today, modern technology acts as the ultimate cash register for our personal lives. It transforms actions that were once hard or complicated into behaviors that are simple and automatic. But that same convenience can work against us. Streaming platforms automatically play the next episode, and social media feeds eliminate all friction between a moment of boredom and an hour of distraction. The counter strategy is to use technology for one-time choices. These are single actions, like setting an automatic savings plan, that require effort up front but deliver returns again and again. You can set up automatic payroll deductions for retirement or use website blockers to cut off social media browsing. These actions automate the right behavior, so you don't have to think about it. Some take this further by having a friend or assistant reset their social media passwords every Monday morning, only returning the new passwords on Friday evening. In testing this lockout, the results were surprising. Within a week, the constant urge to check social media faded. Once the habit became impossible to act on, the energy previously spent on distraction was redirected toward more meaningful work. Offloading these habits to technology frees up the effort required for tasks machines cannot perform. As the philosopher Alfred North Whitehead wrote, civilization advances by extending the number of operations we can perform without thinking about them. True discipline is a feat of engineering rather than a test of moral strength. When you automate your environment, you create a space where the right action becomes the default.